Hi, welcome back to another set of video. In this video, we would kick off with the installation of the softwares which would be required for our next set of labs. So, if you briefly look at the next lab which we will be attempting to do, the topology would be, it requires an VMX router, it requires a VSRX firewall as well, and also a 7200 series. So let's quickly install the Juniper VMX and VSRX firewall. So both of these will be hosted on a virtual machine, and this R2, which is Cisco 7200, we can run it off from GNS3 as well. Okay, so let's get started. So when you visit to Juniper, or if you are an employee of a gold partner, or if you have a gold partner status, you can directly download the MX image and also the SRX image. So there's nothing much. Once you download the OVA file or the open virtualization format, you can just right click on it, and you can also do it with VMware Workstation. Okay, so when I say you can also do it with VMware Workstation, you have an option of doing it with VirtualBox. VirtualBox is an open source alternative to your VMware Workstation. So if you prefer to use the VirtualBox, feel free to do so. But I always think VMware Workstation has better integration facilities with let us say GNS3 or any other sorts of software. So I have already done it. You just need to right click on it and just say open with VMware Workstation. That will do. So once you do, this is the VMX image, this is the VSRX image. You need to have a tool which will provide console to this VMware workstations. By default, you'll not have the visibility to gain the console access to this particular VM. Okay, so this will be much clear when I start demonstrating what is the console access and how would you access it. For that, you would require a small tool. This is the one. Okay, so this is nothing but a named pipe proxy. It will give you the access to the VMware console or VMware workstation which is hosting our networking software. So the installation again is pretty simple. It's a normal standard Windows installation. You just have to click on it and move forward with the directions on what it gives you. There's pretty much nothing to it. So once you install, you'll have an image called named pipe TCP proxy. Make sure you run it as an administrator because you'll be creating TCP ports. So let me delete the existing ones so that it will be clear for you. So for the VMX, in order to create a console port or a console line, since it is virtual, if it was a real machine, you would have got a console line as well, right? So in order to create a virtual console, go to edit virtual machine settings, click on add. When you see a list of hardware types, select the serial port. Okay, use physical serial port on the host, view output to a file, output to a named pipe, file output to a named pipe. You can edit the com_1 part to the name of your choice. I would say VMX11, anything, but make sure you remember this. Okay, copy the named pipe. Okay, so once you come to name pipe TCP proxy, you will find something called create new pipe connector. Okay, create new pipe connector. Okay, so copy it, name any port of your choice. I prefer 3001. Description VMX So this is added. The state should be, or the status should be ready. We'll also do the same for our SRX as well. So SRX, go to your virtual machine settings, add a serial port, output to named pipe, and edit com underscore one option to name of your choice. So VSRX C11, let us say. Finish, copy the pipe name, create a new pipe, add it, give it a port number and any description of your choice. So once you are ready with these two ports, which is 3000 and 3002, all you need to do is access these ports via telnet. So I have already created a telnet channel. Let me delete one of it and recreate so that it will be clear. So the protocol would be telnet. The host name would be myself, so it will be my local host. Port number, this is the SRX, so I have given 3002. Okay, verify it, I have given 3002. Just say VSRX C11, anything of your choice. So connect your VMX. It says attaching console, please wait. Also it says attaching console, please wait. So this is literally waiting for the machine to be to start up. So let me power on the virtual machine. So once I power on the MX, it says it is connected, and well, you can see the console. So you don't see anything on the VMware host operating system, but you can definitely see what is happening here. This is how we will be accessing the device throughout the series. We'll also turn on the SRX. So even this is booting. So in the meanwhile, let us prepare our GNS3. So I'll take a 7200. This particular lab is nothing but the preparation for the next lab, and the entire series will more or less be on the same lines. So this router should be in connection with the SRX, or if you wanted to connect to any of the virtual machines or their networks, follow the same procedure. So drag a cloud icon, right click on cloud, say configure. On cloud 1, instead of your local area connection, choose any VMnet of your choice, but remember your choice. So let us say I'm using VMnet 2. That means this particular line will be associated with your virtual machine network 2. Okay, apply it. Okay, now let me connect my R1 to VMnet network 2. Start it. So I'll rename R1 to R2. So once I am done with all three, let me quickly configure the MX. The MX networking adapters, when you right click on settings, Gigi000, the first gigabit Ethernet port would start on network adapter 3, unlike you would imagine that it could start on network adapter, it would start on network adapter 3. This goes for EM0 and EM1. Okay, so whatever you want your gigi 000 to be a part of, you should start comparing VMnet, sorry, network adapter 3. So in this case I want this particular network adapter 3 to be on VMnet 1. VMnet 1 is nothing but a separate network line card, or a I should not say line card, but you can imagine that, it will be a sort of a virtual switch, or a virtual net, wherein, when you see all devices, if you are pulling it to VMnet 1, all devices will be connected virtually on a VMnet network 1 sort of switch. Okay, so all of them will go to a common network. So my gigi 000 is going for VMnet 1. The firewall which sits in between Cisco and Juniper, so the gigi 000 firewall is on VMnet 1, so it is technically getting connected to my VMX. The network adapter 2, which is gigi 001, is going to my cloud, which is in turn is going to my R2 in this case. So this is going on a VMnet 2. So that is the reason why I have asked you guys to remember the VMnet of the cloud, so that you should pool the network interfaces into a common network. So once you've configured it, um, the rest should be pretty easy enough. Okay, so thank you so much. So let us continue in the next lab with configuring the basic OSPF, uh, configuring firewall to support OSPF, and exchange traffic between a Cisco router and a Juniper router.